What is going on, my broskiis? My name is Toadski, back again, here to bring you guys yet another One Piece Treasure Cruise video, and we just did the video talking about the new Roronoa Zoro coming for the Memories of the Straw Hat Pirates celebration that appears to be coming up for as almost like the after party of the 10th anniversary. So if you haven't seen the video talking about Zoro, brief TLDR about him, not a big fan. If you want to see my opinions on him, go check out the previous video. This time around, we're going to have a look at Sanji. So I sincerely hope that he is much better than Zoro, but judging by what Zoro did, my hopes are not that high. So let's go ahead and have a look here. Sanji is going to be a Psy Fighter Free Spirit with Super Tandem. Interesting. Let's have a look at that Captain ability first. So the Captain ability, Psy Fighter Free Spirit, 5.75 times attack with a matching slot, 5.25 times otherwise, 1.3 HP. Fighter Free Spirit, Psy recovery and tandem slots are beneficial, boosting the chances of recovery and tandem slots. If you use a special to give chain addition, extended by 1 turn, consume recovery slots with perfects and 10% damage reduction. Same thing as Zoro, a captain ability that you're just not going to use unless the superclass is very good. So I guess we'll have a brief look at that, wherever it may be, right here. So you need 2 of the following units. You got Zeph, Reiju, Pudding, Ivankov, all the Straw Hats. Reduces his own cooldown by 10 turns, so very similar to Zoro. Gives himself a tandem slot, which is good because he's obviously a super tandem unit. Reduces all enemies' defense by 50%, ignoring immunity to defense down and status effects. Amazing for 2 turns. Boosts the color affinity of Psy Fighter Free Spirit by 2.25 for 2 turns, and then you get Super Fighter. I mean, Zoro and Sanji have terrible captain abilities, but very good superclass effects. Like, does that offset their bad captain ability by having a really good superclass? Potentially. The superclass itself is very good, though. I would hope that there is an effect to get a defense down conditional boost, considering everything that I've read thus far. Let's go ahead and move on to that special. So the special ability here. Reducing bind by 7, boosts damage dealt to defense down enemies by 2.75 for 2 turns. 1.7 chain addition for 2 turns as well is also very good. If you use him as a captain, of course, the chain addition lasts for 3 turns and allows your color affinity boost to be further buffed up to 2 times. So again, very similar to Zoro, but Zoro would buff attack boost instead. And then if you use his special twice in the same turn, further increases your chain additions by 0.7, so you can get Sanji to potentially a 2.4 times chain addition. That is absurdly strong. And then also further increases color affinity by 0.5. So yeah, I mean, this all kind of makes sense. They're just very similar units. They are trying to do the same thing, just with different types of buffs. Slightly different utility, of course. Zoro would remove paralysis. Sanji removes bind. But overall, it's just... Again, I'm going to mention it, like, we're just coming off the 10th anniversary, and a lot of the times when we come off an anniversary period, usually the after party celebration really kicks it into high gear, and we get like a crazy new precedent moving forward for generic Sugofest exclusives. But coming off of the 10th anniversary this time around and moving into this celebration, it's like whiplash, because we're coming off of like some of the craziest busted units in the game, and we're moving to this, which is arguably worse than a lot of other characters that have released in the past 12 months, which is just bizarre, right? Like, the unit's not bad, but I just don't think this character is really going to see much play. It's just a really weird design batch. I don't really understand it. They definitely could have gone a bit more crazier with some of the abilities here. And I get when you use Zoro, Sanji, and potentially the Luffy all together, like, you'll get a pretty good team going there. But to be honest, like, it's not screaming out like, oh my god, these units are busted, you need a summon for this character. They're just not that, they're not at that level. They're just not. So yeah, just overall kind of just disappointed, man. Crewmate ability gives Psy and recovery matching for Psy Fighter Free Spirit, and then when a Psy Fighter or Free Spirit character uses a special, give minus 10 turns of cooldown. So Zoro had the exact same effect here, except it was for Dex / and Free Spirit. So with this one, it's like, this is a good crewmate ability, but there are going to be times where, you know, sometimes you get this effect where you can use a special of one of your other units, and then Sanji will trigger this crewmate ability a little bit too early. So we'll have to wait and see, but I feel like if you have max specials and then use another special, this won't trigger this crewmate ability. So I feel like this will only trigger when you've got cooldown remaining on his special. And if it actually does work like that, then yeah, you kind of only want to use this kind of special if you've actually got, you know, like Sanji at max special, which is, it might be a little bit difficult to use him if you aim to use this crewmate ability with max potential. But you got to remember as well is that this batch being Zoro and Sanji, they are free spirit focused, and one of the 10th anniversary units that we got being Ace is free spirit focused as well. So Ace can actually abuse all the components of both Zoro and Sanji. So you got to take that into consideration as well. So the support effect, Zeph, Ivankov, Reiju, and Pudding. If you're inflicted with bind, remove it by 2 turns, and 5,000 heal as well. That's a very good support effect. I mean, yeah, very, very similar to what we saw with Zoro, except Zoro would remove paralysis and give resistance down, and he gives healing and bind reduction by 2. 2 turns of bind reduction for these units is great. So, you know, support effect is fantastic. I really hope the Super Tandem doesn't let me down, but I know that Zoro's final tap definitely let me down. So let's have a look. At the final battle, if any of the 3 Whoa, that's already bad. It's already bad. You need 3 of the listed characters to trigger the Super Tandem. Like, I would get it if this was level 1. But at level 5, dude, what are they doing? Okay, same list for the Super Class. 2.25 times attack to fight a free spirit. And further increases your damage boosts by 0.2. I believe this refers to conditional boosts. So this means that his 2.75 becomes a 2.95 conditional boost. Oh, that's so disappointing. What are they doing? Alright, well, hopefully he's good in Rumble. Sanji, he's a fighter free spirit. He is an attacker style unit in Rumble. Okay. 30 CT. Let's have a look. Your side teammates get 5 attack for 30 seconds. That's good. Targets 2 enemies with low defense for 3 times damage up to 2 times. And then targets 3 int enemies with high attack, ignoring defense for 1.5 damage. This is good, and especially because he's a Psi free spirit unit, fits very, very well into those squads. So, a good special for sure. This is a very, very good special. Let's have a look at his Rumble abilities. Side teammates get attack 5, speed 5, HP 5, int enemies defense down level 5. Again, pretty good. I mean, it doesn't provide defense, which I think Psi kind of need a bit more defense. This is like very offensively focused ability, but it is good. Like this is a good unit that you would actively use in Rumble. Let's have a look. Hopefully this is an offensively focused ability. In Grand Party, if your team uses 5 Rumble specials, you can use it twice, all enemies for 4 times damage, and then Psi int enemies 5,000 damage. It's respectable, it's usable for sure. I don't think it's the best, but it's definitely usable. So, more usable than Zoro at least. And then he gives Psi attack HP 4, CT speed at level 2, and then fighter free spirit attack speed crit. I mean, the fact that you can build a really good Psi team, you can build a really good free spirit team, that already helps you out a lot. Like Psi free spirit, receiving every single one of these buffs, attack, HP, CT speed up, further attack, speed, and crit up. This is really solid. I think Sanji, at least Sanji in Rumble looks a lot better than what Zoro was doing. Zoro was still pretty good in Rumble. In Grand Party specifically, though, Zoro was just kind of bad. But in Grand Party, Sanji actually looks kind of usable, I guess. But yeah, I'm just not a big fan of the way that they've designed this batch. I get what they're trying to do. You can use them together, and it's a big celebratory thing with the Straw Hats, but they just don't do enough considering what we have over the past couple of months and even the last couple of years. Just no utility in their captain effect at all, no cooldown in their captain at all. So that doesn't really help their usability at all. Like, yeah, they're going to be useful for the content that comes out during this event period, but after that, are they going to see play? Probably not. So yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm not going to be really going that crazy on this banner at all. Probably, I might not even pull it all, to be quite honest. It depends on what some of those rare recruits do, and I'm sure the rare recruits are probably going to be good, but we'll have to wait and see. That's going to wrap it up for me, though. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about Sanji down below in the comment section. Are you Team Sanji, Team Zoro? I mean, in terms of the anime and manga, the actual series, I'm Team Zoro, but out of the 2 units, I don't know. Just because of the Rumble stuff, Sanji might have the slight edge for me, but let me know your thoughts and opinions about that down below in the comment section. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure you go ahead and leave a like, and if you want to stay up to date with all the content I post, including more One Piece Treasure Cruise content, make sure to hit the subscribe button down below. On that, guys, I'll see you guys within the next video.